Hey everyone, I'm Kais and welcome back to the C++ tutorial series. In the last tutorial, we went through how to get set up with a development environment. Now that you're all set up, we can write our first C++ program. In most programming languages, the first program you write is a simple program called Hello World. All this does is get the computer to write the words Hello World on the screen. It's not much, but it's a great starting point. Alright, so let's jump right in. In the main.cpp file that we created last time, type this. Those 4 lines are all you need. Go ahead and press the green triangle to compile and run it. You'll see the program run and it will write Hello World. Computers are really fast though, and this is easy for them, so it will run and close almost instantly. Go ahead and add std:/cin.get right before the return statement. Go ahead and try running it now. And you'll see the program will pop up. You see it say Hello World. Now if you press enter, the program will end. Okay, so let's go through line by line and explain what each line does. Include IOStream just tells the preprocessor that we want to include IOStream functionality. This is what lets us write things to the screen and lets us use cout and endl later in the program. Int main indicates the beginning of a function. Everything between the curly braces is part of it. This line is where the real work happens. Cout is what lets you write to the screen. Whatever you put between these quotation marks will be printed to the screen. Try changing this to something else and run it again. Endl is a new line. This just moves the cursor to the next line as if you were typing and hitting enter. As we discussed earlier, std:/cin.get will make the program wait until you press enter. This way it doesn't close before you get a chance to see what it did. You'll notice cout and endl as well as cin are all prefixed with this std:/:. This means they're part of the standard library. If typing std:// becomes annoying, you can put using namespace std at the top of your program. Now you can remove these prefixes. You can compile and run your program again, and it will do exactly the same thing as it did before. Print hello world, wait for you to press enter, and then you're done. Now a few things to note. C++ is case sensitive, so cout here with an uppercase C is not the same thing as cout with a lowercase c. You must be very careful to use the correct case everywhere. You'll notice that if you do it incorrectly, Visual Studio will underline this in red because it doesn't know what cout with an uppercase C is. Every statement needs to end with a semicolon. This is always a big problem for beginners, so make sure that you don't forget the semicolons. You only need them after statements, not every single line. So for example, you don't need a semicolon after this curly brace. The program starts at main. Main is a special function. It's where the entire program starts. So the program will start at main, and it will go down line by line, executing every statement. And then it will return 0, which will end the program saying there were no problems. As an exercise for yourself, try adding more cout statements. If you make a mistake, for example, forgetting a semicolon, you'll notice that when you try and compile and run, you'll get a build failure. Visual Studio will do its best to tell you where the error is. If you run into any problems that you can't solve, feel free to leave a comment or send me an email, and I'll do my best to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.